Our correspondent Hoda Abdel-Hamid is at the camp in Idomeni on the Greek side of the border. Now, just give us an idea of what the situation is like there, Hoda.
Well, you probably can see behind me the tents. Well, these are people who have arrived here, who have been stranded for a few days. I've actually even met some people who've been here for now 10 days. Well, all they have to do now is to find a tent and set up in the fields here. The border crossing is a bit further up, about 50 meters away from here, but it is closed. No one has gone through today, and yesterday only 300 Syrians were allowed to transit through Macedonia. There's been a sit-in on the railway tracks that's going on still, people demanding for the borders to open, people also calling on German Chancellor Angela Merkel to step in and to do something, and not really understanding, and I think that's the most difficult part for these refugees, not really understanding what's the problem exactly. Some were asking, why is Macedonia closing the border? And when you tell them that it's actually a domino effect that comes all the way from Austria down to Greece's northern border, they are just wondering what will happen next, which route to take. Some were discussing, I overheard actually conversations, people talking about, should we go try to be smuggled in? Should we try to go towards the border with Albania? Maybe we can reach that area. A lot of reports, even though unconfirmed so far, that some are trying to do that. So certainly anxiety and uncertainty. You can see behind me the camp. People are really setting up. They have their fire. It's cold. I don't know if you can see in the picture, but there's a lot of very young children here, and conditions are also very difficult for the aid workers on the ground. They say that they don't have enough meals for all these people. And also, you mentioned that number of 7,000. Well, that number keeps on increasing by the hour, I would say. Since we've been here, we've been seeing families on the move, arriving here with their luggage, asking what's happening, some surprised that the borders are closing, and then just trying to settle in for the night.
Hoda, just explain to us, where has this problem on this border stemmed from?
I think that the core of the issue is that unified European position that we saw in 2015 dealing with the refugees is not there anymore. It all started when Austria, a while ago, about 10 days ago, decided that it will put a cap on the number of asylum requests, on a daily number of asylum requests, and also on the daily number of refugees transiting on its territory. That cap being 3,200 refugees are only allowed to step in. It caused a domino effect all around the Balkan route, so from Austria to Slovenia to Croatia to Serbia and all the way down to this place here on the Greek-Macedonia border. It also then announced that the Balkan route was not open anymore for Afghan nationals. Now, they have been evacuated from here, but they're still in limbo somewhere in Greece, some of them trying to go through the illegal ways across the border. But Syrians and Iraqis, at least officially, were thought to be still welcomed across those borders. I have been here now for several days, and each time the border opened, well, just a trickle of these people were allowed across. The controls are much tougher, the paperwork required is much tougher, and just to give you an idea, only 300 Syrians were allowed across the border here from Greece to Macedonia, and then they go all the way through to Croatia. Now, on the other side of the border, you have people stranded. In northern Macedonia, on the border with Serbia, you also have people stranded. And every country tells you, well, we would open the borders if the next country also says it will open the border. What you are seeing is actually more people being deported all the way back than Syrians and Iraqis allowed through. So certainly a big problem. Earlier here there were some representatives of the Dutch parliament, and they were saying that they were here, that they will go all the way up the Balkan route to figure out what is going wrong and to try to bring back again this unified European position that at the moment does not exist anymore.
Hoda, thank you for that update. Correspondent Hoda Abdel-Hamid there, the camp in Idomeni, that's on the Greek side of the border.